We have not seen any charges laid for the over 60 ISIS returnees that we now know who walk free in Canada. This is why today Canada's Conservatives have put forward a motion to demand action from the Canadian government so that justice can finally be served. The Liberals have had 3 years to take action in this regard and have failed to do so. They have prioritized the reintegration of these terrorists as opposed to finding ways to bring them to justice, and this is wrong. Today, Andrew Scheer's Conservatives call upon Justin Trudeau to do the following. Focus first on bringing the perpetrators of genocide and terrorist acts to justice and ensure that courts have access to evidence gathered against suspected terrorists. Strive to keep Canadians safe from those who are suspected of committing such acts of terrorism or genocide abroad but have returned to Canada by ensuring that security agencies would be adequately resourced to provide high levels of monitoring and surveillance of their activities in Canada. Encourage greater use of tools to place conditions on those suspected of terrorist or genocidal activities, such as peace bonds, which can include conditions such as wearing an electronic monitoring device, returning to and remaining at their place of residence at specified times, and controlling social media use. We don't do it often enough. We've asked in the House of Commons how many peace bonds have been issued in this, and they won't answer. And I suspect that amount is very, very slim. I'm thinking it's 1 or 2, if any. And that to me is a tool that could be readily used that we're not using right now. And in fact, the Liberals have actually changed some, or attempting to change some of the rules with pending legislation that would make it harder to use that tool. Their approach has been to say, I think, Julie, frankly, is nothing to see here, and that's just not going to cut it. It takes time to put in place legislation and ensure that we have the tools in place to get these things right, and they've wasted 3 years. They know this is a problem, and now we see that bearing fruit with some of the reports that have been coming forward. So that's why we felt incumbent today to move this motion, because we shouldn't be waiting a year for a Conservative government to have to do this. The government needs to act now.